Hello everyone. I am here to talk to you about something really dirty today, okay? We are talking about poop. Yes, some of you might get grossed out talking about poop, and then there's so many people that love talking about poop. So today, that is it. Poop, turds, I don't know, what other terms are there? Take a deuce, take a dump, all kinds of good things. In fact, I wasn't going to share this, but my sister and I, when we did road trips together, when we were young in the back seat, we would come up with diarrhea songs. Okay, so I was sitting on the John and I made the atom bomb. Diarrhea, plop, plop, diarrhea, plop, plop. I was chilling in the pool when I felt something cool. Diarrhea, plop, plop. Okay, so bear with me. Sorry, I had to do that because I just kind of have a big kid in me and I love those songs, and I'm kind of sad that my kids don't sing the diarrhea songs with me anymore. So, okay, I'm done with being a goofball right there. In case you don't know me, I am Betsy Markle. I am officially a registered dietitian. I am not just always talking about poop. And I'm also a health coach. I teach yoga. You are on Metabolism Mojo Facebook group right now. So it's actually a really serious topic, is our digestion and our bowels. So what does your poop say about your health? So we're going to go through that today because I can't emphasize how important it is. Okay, so question number one is, what is your bowels like? I'm going to start to talk like a normal human being here. So what are your bowel movements like? Okay, it's really, some people don't even know. They don't pay attention to it at all. So when I work with clients, I'm going to be asking these kinds of questions. It's important to know because if your digestion is off track, then your metabolism is going to be off track and you're going to not understand why. So we're going to dive into that a little bit more today. So kind of what affects your bowel movements. And so if you have digestion problems at all, really important to pay attention to this. The obvious ones are going to be like medications. Like if you've ever been on any painkillers, you know that they like totally make you constipated, but there's other meds out there, and you should always be knowing what meds that you are on and what the side effects are, and if they are possibly going to be related to your bowels. Okay, so that most people, it's common sense that dehydration is going to lead to constipation. So we want to be drinking tons of fluids, obviously, and then diet. So if you tend to be eating more of that diet that's filled with, with more fatty foods and processed and sugars and all that kind of stuff, yes, that's pretty common sense and obvious that might be causing constipation issues or diarrhea issues. But what you might not be thinking about might be inflammatory foods. So when I work with clients, I really try to hone in and figure out and have more of a body-mind connection to see what foods are causing an inflammatory response in the body. And they might be directly related to why your bowels might be off track. So definitely something to think about, okay? So like I said, meds, dehydration, the diet, inflammatory foods, and the biggest one that a lot of people don't pay attention to is stress and anxiety, okay? So if you are that stress ball, you worry a lot, you're maybe a type A personality, you gotta get stuff done, otherwise you're freaking out, you're a perfectionist, all that kind of stuff, it leads to gut issues. I'm telling you, this brain is directly correlated to the stomach, okay, and the whole GI tract, and it can make it slow, it can make it fast, as in diarrhea or constipation. It can lead to heartburn issues, it can lead to all kinds of digestive issues. So that is the biggest one. I'd say if I were to evaluate all my clients and say, okay, all the ones that have GI issues, it is it's 100% related to any kind of anxiety and issues with stress and how they handle stress. So something super important to think about. Okay. So moving on, I call this my poop glossary. Okay. So we are going to go through the different kinds of poops out there. So I was going to have you guys comment on something just so I know you're interacting, but I see lots of people here. So I just want to say hi. Hi, Pat. Hey, Jody. Hey, Dana. Thank you guys for watching. It's always exciting, but I'm not going to have any of you write down what your poops are like on Facebook, but maybe you can at least send me a hi or something like that. Anyway, poop glossary. Okay, number one, what does the perfect poop look like? Okay, so perfect poop, by the way, is brown, obviously, but actually if you love greens and you eat a lot of greens and it's on the greenish side, it's actually a really, really good, good thing. So if your poops are a little greenish, that's positive. It should be easy release, okay? I like giggle as I'm saying this stuff. It should be easy to come out. It shouldn't be you straining to do it, okay? So that's an easy release. It should look like a banana, okay? And it should be about one to two poops a day, okay? If you poop 3 times a day, then go you. I think that's even more awesome. But typically 1 to 2 a day. And if you can have those size and all that, like you are perfect. Now I'm just gonna admit, like I am taking stress a little bit more deeply, and personally that I'm not a perfect pooper. Okay, and it's all good. So I'm always being proactive about how to figure this out and make my bowels as good as possible. So I see a lot of you watching. Hi girls. Hey Danielle, Heather, thank you guys for joining. So we went through the perfect poop. Next one is the sticky poop, okay? You might notice as skid marks, okay? It kind of like leaves a lining on the toilet bowl going down, and skid marks are no good, no bueno. So what usually that means is that you have too much unhealthy fat in your diet. So that would be like, let's just say you had a McDonald's meal, like where there's a lot of bad fat, that could cause it. But more realistically, if you're like me and you're just more of a healthy eater and you don't eat fast food, you'd say, well, I don't do that. Well, it's usually a food intolerance. So I'd say gluten and dairy are the most common ones. And Jody, I see you mentioned Jocelyn, that she would like this topic. Yes, I was gonna say something where she's like the best pooper ever. So yes, sticky poop, the skin marks is not good because usually it's related to a food intolerance. Okay, next one on the list on our poop glossary is floating poops. So for floating, they're actually not that bad. It usually means you have a very high fiber diet, because it's the fiber and the bacteria that mix together and make gas bubbles that make it go up in the toilet. So that's actually not so bad. Okay, so floaters, not that bad. I'm having fun talking about this topic. Next one is a heavy poop. Okay, if you're a sinker, okay? So the heavy poop is usually the opposite of the floater, meaning that it is a low fiber diet. So you want to up the fiber on that one, okay? The next one would be the infrequent pooper, and so that is more the constipation or rabbit turds, okay? And I kind of love that term. So constipation is usually like longer than 2 to 3 days, okay, without going to the bathroom. And I'd say this is one of the worst ones. It's like no bueno. Think about it, like this is a lot of toxins that are trying to get out and that are stuck there. Whether you have slow digestion, whether it's because of your diet, you're dehydrated, there's like so many reasons. It could be the stress part of it. You know, a lot of different possibilities there. But all in all, if you tend to be more constipated, I just want to say it is a serious thing, and that you want to be proactive, definitely. And then the opposite of that would be the frequent pooper, which would be more of the loose bowels kind of diarrhea, which is no good either. But at least you're getting the stuff out of there. We just don't want it to be so like rapid as your body's trying to tell you something, saying you're giving me something that I'm not feeling good with, and I'm trying to rebel against it. So I'm reading some of your comments. You guys are making me laugh. Okay, so you guys got the poop glossary and you understand. Maybe you can just identify where yours is in there. And just to kind of sum up how to improve your bowels, like we talked about it, hydration so important, you know. So obviously stay hydrated. You want to have a diet that's going to have a lot of fiber. So what does that mean? You're going to be like a lot of yoga and stuff that's made for digestion, which is a lot of like twisting the torso. So that's always really good. Having really deep breaths going to the gut, to belly breath, really helps. I swear that works like a charm. There's supplements out there that are good. Like, you know, I'm a huge fan of probiotics. I feel like everyone should be on probiotics, but if you have any GI issues, then it's like a given. Yes, you should be on probiotics always. Absolutely. Another good one is magnesium. So magnesium tends to like malabsorb, and that's why it causes more loose bowels and gets people to go to the bathroom. But if you get a good magnesium, so I don't want the malabsorption part, I do more chelated, buffered magnesium, and that would be just to kind of calm down the muscles around there, and it just helps you to go to the bathroom just enough. I think it's a good supplement. And then obviously, GI wise also, we want to think about, we talked about the inflammatory foods. So you want to just pay attention to what foods are causing inflammation. Okay, so to fully wrap up, those are kind of obvious tips, and I don't like giving band-aids. I'm not that type of health coach. I really want you guys to see the big picture. So, I didn't really touch on the stress. So really, think about anything you can do to calm down your adrenals. It's a really big deal. So, when Stacy and I work with our clients, we are always trying to get them to have like a really good routine, a morning routine that gets them situated and calm, so they're just not running into the day and then they're like, I forgot to go to the bathroom. It should be like, there should be routine that feels really good for the body. That's called your circadian rhythm. Okay. And you want to take breaks during the day, so you're not just always work. You want to like really become more in tune with your body. You want your immune system to work better there. And so as a whole, it's just super important to, yes, have a really good nutrition plan, where we do more fiber and eat a cleaner kind of diet, of course, and we want to have the beverages, the water, but really the stress is such a big part of it, and healing of the adrenals. So like I said, this is that we do when I work with a client and I'm helping them and coaching them. I work on that mind-body connection to get their GI working better and to notify you what the food intolerances are. We're working on that circadian rhythm, so your adrenals heal so much faster, and it's just overall it feels good. And when your digestion's working, that means you're absorbing nutrients and your metabolism can be fueled properly. So I'm really trying to look at some of your comments, but you guys are making me giggle too much. So thank you guys for joining. As you know, Stacy and I are here for you. If any of you want a free consultation, just write down consultation. You can private message me, whatever. It's just my joy to be able to help you guys and to talk about poop. Okay. So take care, everyone.